Naoya Inoue versus Steven Fulton. Underestimating someone who is currently being compared to Mike Tyson in his prime, calling him small and powerless, seems more than enough to anger him and make you pay for it with many rounds of suffering. On July 25, 2023, an incredible battle took place at the Araki Arena in Tokyo, Japan. Expectations were sky high before the fight, as in interviews, Steven Fulton mocked his opponent and invited people to watch him win with strong words, specifically saying, "Watch me destroy him. He's too small for me, too short. His reach is non-existent." It wasn't just pride at stake for both fighters. They were fighting for the highly coveted WBC and WBO titles. And it wasn't just once. In several live streams and interviews, Steven Fulton repeatedly expressed his certainty that he would leave Inue defeated on the canvas. Harsh words, considering the opponent he was about to face. Naoya Inue, a Japanese fighter nicknamed the Monster, has earned his name by terrifying his opponents with knockouts since his debut. Fulton's bravado didn't seem empty, as he held a record of 21 wins, no losses, and most of his victories by knockout, making him a formidable opponent. Many also claimed that Naoya's punches didn't have enough power to bring him down and that Fulton had nothing to worry about. However, just before the fight, Fulton whispered something into Naoya's ear, making him nod firmly. The crowd erupted with excitement as the fight promised intense exchanges and non-stop action. Fulton entered the ring with his arms raised as if announcing his victory in advance. He looked confident, as always, with an arrogant smile that drove his fans wild. In contrast, Naoya's entrance was quiet, but his cold stare sent shivers down spines. I wouldn't want to be Steven in that moment. Round 1. Both boxers kept their guard up as the bell rang, neither wanting to make a mistake in the opening seconds. Cautious exchanges began as they fought for control of the center of the ring. Inue, with a more static stance, moved his head from side to side to throw his opponent off, seemingly looking to take his head off with a single punch. The Japanese fighter maintained a calmer approach, aiming to score points and land a precise strike when his opponent made a mistake. As the seconds passed, Fulton grew bolder, throwing feints to test Inue's reactions and study his movements. With less than a minute and a half left in the round, Naoya Inoue saw an opening and charged forward with everything he had. But Steven quickly escaped the danger with a lateral jump.
That long-range jab to the body from Inue. Tries to come.
So interesting to see that low lead hand from Inue starting off like that.
Naoya lands jabs calmly from the center of the ring, a deceptive calm that quickly shifts as he lunges at his opponent and clinches him, landing a few punches before the referee separates them. The strategic clinches continue, as it seems that the slightest mistake in this fight could decide the outcome.
Point tonight.
Attack, as always, from Inue. Now goes upstairs with it and follows Fulton back to the rope.
Round 2. Before the bell even rang, Inue was already ready, while Steven seemed to be finalizing a plan with his corner before stepping forward. Is he thinking of a way to counter Inue's speed? This round looks like it will be more intense, as the exchanges of punches begin just seconds after the bell. Steven quickly moves to the sides, avoiding his Japanese opponent's deadly combinations.
That is able to land, and he comes with it again, and then a 4-punch combination that included a
speed and power is real. The speed and the power.
The crowd is roaring with excitement as the fight is turning out to be even more thrilling than expected. Even though many thought the brash talker would be hunting his prey, it seems Naoya is the real predator, and Fulton is the one running.
Double jab, comes upstairs with the right hand.
Blows coming from Inue.
Fulton steps early on here as he comes with another hand in the midst of that. There's that jab, and there.
And it's the speed at which Inue closes the gap on his bikes. Just trying to avoid shots from now.
Double jab.
Round 3. According to the replays before the third round, Naoya's jabs have been landing on Steven's body and face. Yet so far, Fulton hasn't lived up to any of his pre-fight talk. Naoya's speed is undeniable. Every time Steven tries to throw a punch, he has to immediately pull back to avoid a powerful right hand that has been hunting him since the first round. However, both fighters' defenses remain solid, with neither showing any cuts or swelling yet. The fight is centered in the middle of the ring, with both fighters standing their ground, dodging, throwing combinations, and then retreating. The tension in the air is palpable.
Inue has good countering ability as well. Point of emphasis early on, and then the right hand up top.
Partially blocked, partially blocked.
1-2. That up jab is now an opportunity.
Before the round ends, Naoya lands a jab to his opponent's stomach, but Steven surprises him with a right hand to the face. However, it doesn't do much damage, and the bell rings.
Wait for what's going to come back. The speed.
Tough to replicate with a sparring partner. Unique physical gifts offer when you're up. Uppercut, right uppercut to close out.
Tier Round 4. The fourth round kicks off with renewed energy as the exchanges of punches start immediately. Naoya takes the initiative, throwing 1-2 combinations and skillfully dodging Fulton's counters. Steven's strategy seems to remain the same: wait patiently for a counterpunch or a mistake from Naoya, and clinch if avoiding his combinations becomes impossible. A bit of a cowardly approach, but perhaps necessary when facing Japan's monster. However, when the opportunity arises, he also attempts some shots to Naoya's face and body, maybe feeling more confident after landing a few clean hits in the previous round.
His ability as an infighter.
Good right hand.
Naoya Inoue came straight.
And all the way out, all the way in stuff. Fulton is standing mid-range. Punch.
Oh, you've seen that a few times. We get so enamored with the power of Inue and the results. He is good combination from
Round 5. The scorecard shows Inue winning round after round, meaning that Steven must win every remaining round or knock out Inue to claim victory. That's why he takes the initiative in this round, but Naoya quickly reminds him who the real monster in the ring is, forcing him to backpedal. The Japanese fighter's combinations land on Steven's face, and his reactions are no longer as quick as they were in the first round. Before the bell rings, Naoya lands a solid 3-punch combination to Steven's torso, but Fulton manages to escape danger.
oh, good combination from Fulton.
And that was off.
And a right hand from Inue. Another right hand from Inue. Batted. As Inue gets him up against the ropes.
If you've made it this far, don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss the best boxing fights. The 6th round is announced, and as the bell rings, Naoya once again rushes forward, looking to keep Steven on the defensive. However, Fulton regains his footing and tries to match aggression with aggression. It's a true featherweight showdown. In an incredible moment, 2 of Fulton's punches land clean on Naoya's face, forcing the Japanese fighter to clinch and avoid further damage.
That speed to close, whether it's straight ahead or lateral, just another part of what makes him so dangerous as Fulton comes forward.
The exchanges continue, and at this point, neither fighter seems to have a clear advantage. With 10 seconds left in the round, both fighters engage in a fierce close-range exchange, making it hard to determine a clear winner. But just before the bell, Fulton decides it's best to back off before taking more punishment.
On his shots. Torque.
That's a perfect description of what makes his punching power special.
He just ran with a combination. But you know he's in tremendous shape, trying to establish his own offense, but getting himself out of position.
Short left.
Out of position.
Short left hand chopped down here at the end of round number 6. Fulton trying to exchange on the inside, and Inue getting the better of it.
Round 7. The replays of the previous round highlight Naoya's excellent work, punishing Steven's stomach and soft areas multiple times, not just once. There's no doubt that Steven Fulton is eating his words right now, as he has spent most of the fight as the prey, constantly evading Inue's punishment. The fight is scheduled for 12 rounds, but given these brutal exchanges, it might not last much longer. Fulton knows that a knockout is his only path to victory, while Naoya, fully aware of his dominance, seems eager to seize the opportunity. Fulton lands punches to Naoya's face and body, carefully avoiding staying static against the Japanese fighter's powerful combinations. However, Naoya appears to be reading his movements, repeatedly cutting off the ring and trapping him against the ropes. Even so, Fulton showcases impressive defensive skills, evading danger with precise movements. But he seems more comfortable than in previous rounds. Could he be planning something before the fight ends?
There's Fulton on the inside, coming wrapping around the guard with that right hand. And Inue comes right back at him.
And blocking a lot of the shots, deflecting a lot of the punches. That's the one thing about Inue, he never stops hunting for that knockout. He's always looking for it.
4-punch combination.
He just threw an onslaught of punches, and he's allowing.
Round 8. Unlike the previous rounds, this one started off a bit slower. After a few seconds, Naoya once again took the initiative, landing a series of jabs to Fulton's face. There was a brief pause, then an incredible feint to the body from Naoya, which set up a devastating right hand to Fulton's face, sending him crashing to the canvas.
Right hand hurts him! Oh, a huge right hand from the monster! And then he chases him down!
The crowd erupted in chaos, and Inoue climbed the ropes like a pro wrestler, celebrating an early victory. The referee counted to 8, and Fulton insisted on continuing, only to take even more punishment from Inue, who seized the moment and refused to let his American opponent recover. Steven desperately tried to clinch to stop the onslaught, but Inoue skillfully avoided it, landing more clean shots and forcing Fulton into a corner. Then, with one more vicious right hand to the face, the referee stepped in and stopped the fight.
Comes Inoue! That destructive, decisive power does it again!
It's over. Inoue proved that calmness is stronger than arrogance. He celebrated his technical knockout (TKO) victory with his team, his face radiating joy after defeating such a dangerous opponent. If you enjoyed this, don't forget to check out more of our videos on the channel.